Okay, so we've got Moline, Oliver, Cockshutt, Heritage Iron, International, and I'd like to get through the John Deere stuff this morning. So that's the plan. I broke the pedestal off of this one at some point in its life. UTS starting up over there. Moline Uni Harvester, or Unitractor with a Unipicker on it, sorry. The Uni Harvester, that would have been after yeah, New Idea bought the design off of them. Twin City Model J Orchard. Really nice old Moline spreader. Moline power unit. Obviously running off LP. The Moline and the Oliver rows kind of blend together here, so we're going to get a little bit of both. These are some really nice 88s. This one looks like it's all original, except at some point somebody painted the grills in front, or the grill halves and front wheels. It's got the Wheatland tin on the fenders, minus the, or no, does it have them? Nope, it's got the full extensions. This is Ziegler's 1550 in wagon. That Ziegler 710 baler. This is their 1850. This is their 1827. I think this is their 70. I think, maybe. I can't remember if Jake said they brought one of the, or brought a 70 up or not. And then that's Ziegler's backhoe, and they borrowed the 550 to put it on. Here's a nice original 550 Bob Acker implement, Mount Carroll, Illinois. Alice Chalmers, New Holland, New Idea, Lundell, Kiowani. So I'm guessing they were actually an Alice dealer. This must have come in on trade. This is that 1550 we saw pulling the stock chopper. Oliver 500, just a David Brown. Can't remember what model David Brown this is. 850. The 500 was the 850, and the 600 was a 950. Honestly, I wish they'd have stuck with those instead of going with the Fiat. Unstyled 99. Another 70. Just real quick, because all these guys got plows behind them. 3 bottom, 1, 2, 3, 5 bottom, 5540, and a 4 bottom 565. I'm guessing this one is probably also, yep, 565. 1800 C diesel, 1850, 1900A. Got a 1855 up on the hill coming in, maybe. Front of that 710 baler. Old style 88. VO Bonnell Farm Equipment, Sublette, Illinois. Obviously set up for pulling. That's an aluminum grill. Although they did a nice job making it. Super 99 GM in their work clothes. Really a straight old tractor. A lot of these things, the grills are all bashed in. 22 front wheel assist. $18.55 Cummins conversion. R with a cab. You'll see the cabs for these things bring more than the whole tractor. That was a little cramped. Moline Z. Couple BF Averys, which Moline bought Avery, and that's where the Moline V came from. I think there was a Moline model BF, which was slightly bigger, if I remember correctly, maybe. Super 66 diesel single front, 244. Super 77 diesel high crop, and it is a correct red wheeler. It's got the big battery box, so it's an improved super. $15.55 diesel Wheatland. Really nice $17.55. Well, I say really. Grill screen shouldn't be green. It's missing the headlamp. Oh, well, I'm not gonna sit here and pick apart other people's stuff. It's not my job. GM 995 Lugomatic. It's a GM 990 with a torque converter. Meant more for. They were kind of catering more toward the industrial, but it was still considered an ag tractor. Really nice pulling tractors though, because with that torque converter you can really play the track. Field Marshal. I know that they had like Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, yada yada yada, so don't ask me what Mark model that is, but Field Marshal. Alice CA with a some sort of automotive diesel. Oh, it must be a Kubota. I'm guessing it's out of a reefer van. $560 with a Detroit. $504 with a Detroit. $400. With, I'm guessing, a 466. M with a factory 253, or not factory, well, it was a kit offered, but it's a 253 conversion. This is the famous Case LA that John Deere used for experimental purposes with a Detroit in it. Another Oliver 500. This is heritage iron, by the way. We're kind of mixing stuff up here. Oliver 2055, same as a Moline G950, if I remember right. Because these were 100% Moline, where the G1355 was half Moline, half Oliver. But I think these are the same as the G950, I think. Don't quote me on that. Really nice 2150. I want one of these Northway. They're just tanks. And then a super nice streamlined 70 wide front. Except I don't like it when guys go through and either take body filler, which is what a lot of guys do, or some guys will actually grind the casting. That's not the way it rolls from the factory. But again, not my tractor. I'm not here to pick it apart. To each their own. It's just not my personal preference. And real quick up here, HWD45 with a plow, Waukesha Super 99 with a 302 Waukesha, Cleat Track HG68, Super 55, really nice straight 1850, and another 22. Cleat Track Model F.
Somebody else, I guess.
Okay, now we're fully into heritage iron. Morning.
Morning, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Myers and Litwire, Milledgeville, Illinois. And most of these down this row, with the exception of a few, are all repower tractors. 706 with a Detroit. This is obviously a factory. This is 1150. Obviously Ford factory. Or 3010 with an M&W turbo kit. .4010 with a turbo and a pan. Oh wow, that's a lot of Chrysler AV 1790. Licensed by Continental, built in Mitchell Ordnance Plant, New Orleans, Louisiana. Designed to power M47 and 48 tanks. That's a lot of motor. A lot of motor. Rolls-Royce Meteor, so that's another tank engine. They used those in... dang it, which one used the Meteor? The Comet? I don't know, I can't remember. I should know this. I know it wasn't the Chieftain. It seems like there was one right before the Chieftain, but now I can't remember it. But anyhow, okay, let's buzz through these Cockshutts. There's not too many of them. And then we'll get through the I-8 stuff and the Deere stuff. See how long that takes me. And we might try to catch a little bit more, but I don't know. See what time that is. Ooh, I love this tractor. It's exactly what I want. 570 diesel wide front. And the patina on it's perfect. I love this tractor. I wouldn't touch this tractor other than to put new rear tires on it. Huber kind of sitting off by herself. Golden Arrow, Black Hawk 35, really nice little Cockshutt 3-point plow. Another Cockshutt 570 diesel. This one's got Wheatland fenders on it. Co-op 570. And a Cockshutt 50. And real quick while we're here, since we're skipping the IH, going to IH anyhow, mosey over here and check out this combine real quick because it wasn't here yesterday. Looks like a nice barn find. IH 76. Apparently they needed more flotation. Old girl's straight. Somebody took care of it. Okay, we'll walk over here to the IH stuff. Another nice original Super MTA diesel, although not nearly as nice as that one that we saw yesterday.
Deere started out 2-cylinder. Got by with it.
Pretty straight old H. That one looks mostly original, although it looks like the grill and the hood have been touched. Now, obviously the hood's been touched up because the decals are gone. But that one's mostly original. Nice little F12 on round spokes. 1066 front wheel assist. We're gonna go through the rows here and then I'll come back and do this stuff here in the center. That way I don't gotta do some, it cuts back on the back and forth. .3088 open station, don't see too many of them. Say that, and then here's the second one. This one's seen Jacoby Sales, Palmyra, Indiana. This one that looks like she ain't seen a barn in a while. There's moss growing on it. I think somebody just got that one going again. 770 high clear. Cub with a 1001 arm loader. Power Equipment, Urbana, Illinois. Those 1000s were a lot better on like Super A's 100s, stuff like that. They were still a little oversized for a Cub, but I guess it sure beat a shovel. Couple 12-0s. $230, and if they recreated the original dealer sticker, Reed Bros, Henry, Illinois. .560 diesel M&W turbo. Really nice Survivor F12. I do like this International COE. S160. Really nice 400. I'm guessing at one point it was a dealer repaint and they painted it like a 450 to sell it. Probably why the white on it is, or probably why it's got white on it like a 50 series, but the paint's all patinaed. I guarantee you that was a dealer repaint. Either they repaint it to sell it like a 450, or the farmer had it and he wanted it to look like a 450. Which, if anybody's seen it, there's actually a video on YouTube, an IH factory dealer video from that time period where they're talking about IH parts, and if you came in and, or in the end they mentioned if you came in and had IH overhaul your engine for you, they'd give you a deal on a new paint job. Now, a lot of these in here are all the Stauffenberg farms. I don't know how many loads of tractors they brought, but it was a lot because this is all them. Super MD'd with duals.
Started the show, so
They tend to get dirty when they're out in the
yes,
open.
they do. We got 4 of them we have to take to the farm progress show for the 100 years.
And hoof it on down here. Got a 660. This one had, nope, not a dealer sticker. That's just a show magnet. This M's got a dealer sticker though. Looks like Pring, P-R-I-N-G, implement, Tipton, Indiana. If that sounds familiar to anybody. Decal's a little faded. It's kind of hard to read. Really nice old McCormick drop spreader. That's a survivor. Tool on around the end here. There's obviously a lot of red here.
More like you got their act together than your ship. Then they didn't have that red far around, so no, I have.
Lots of stuff for sale here this year. Big old diesel. That's a WK40. This would be a WD40. K for kerosene and D for diesel, obviously. International Super A shop mule. These are actually made by a third-party company using Super A that series, but I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the name of the company that made them. Actually, I think there was a couple of different companies that made them. ID6, can't be too many of them. Oh, B450. This one's a long way from home. This is a British 450 with a diesel. Even the serial tag's on the wrong side. On the American, at least I think, yeah, on the American ones they'd be over here by the starter. .350 utility and a 350 high utility. Okay, we're almost done with the red ones. We just got a little bit more to go. And then I gotta go pick up them ones I missed. .460 diesel. That's a nice original 10. Hour meter 1939, 1973. Factory AC heat cab, or factory IHAC cab. Co-op tires, so those are original. BF, yeah, even the tires are original. You ain't gonna find a cleaner 10 than that. One owner, 1468. Year-round cab remove. All tires replaced in 2013, 29, 22 original hours. The factory bra is kind of neat. Berkey's Farm Store ran tool packs in Hoopston. That's what a lot of them newer Magnums and stuff down there all have on them. IH bucket truck. 1210 four-wheel drive. That's a nice old truck. I think that's original. Yeah, no, that might be, that's repainted. Manual. This would be a sweet go-to-town truck right here. B&W gooseneck hitch. Okay, let's go back here and pick up these ones I missed real quick. Nice old Versatile 900. Knee deep in rubber. It's like, you know, they aren't brand new. They're kind of hard, but I doubt she's a field worker anymore either. We'll see what the drawbar looks like. If the drawbar's scratched up, I don't know, she might. There's oil in the hydraulic outlets and the drawbar ain't got a whole lot of paint, and the way it's weighted down, it might put in a little bit of work. Kroger's Farm Store, Deputy, Indiana. Another one. Wonder if that was an actual store or number 15 chopper. They did a nice job of making sure that thing would trail behind the tractor down the road. That girl folds up tight. Judging by the paint and everything, I doubt she's chopped any silage recently though. Knife sharpener. I just really want to chop some silage. I want a silage chopper. I have no use for one. I don't know what to do with the silage. I just really want to chop some silage. Imagine the T running the silage chopper. That would be music. And this is the famous Garrett four-wheel drive. This has been on Classic Tractor Fever, if I remember correctly, but it's two Farmall 400s tandemed up into a skid steer configuration. Weighs 15,000 pounds, and they did farm with it for 30 years. If I remember right, it didn't get retired until the late 70s. Like I say, if you go, pretty sure it was on I'm pretty sure Classic Tractor Fever did a feature on it, and if you go on there, I'm pretty sure you can watch the video and they explain the whole history of it if you're interested in seeing that. And a nice little 04. Surprisingly, not a lot of orchards down here this year. But anyhow, we got a little bit of time.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Can I have your attention? We're going to raise the largest flying flag in the United States. We want you to shut your engines off. We're going to sing our national anthem, and we'd like you to take your hats off, and we'll get ready to raise the flag. Boys, Dave Waters, Dan Berg, thank you again. The flag is 65 feet by 120 feet.
Alright, I missed the flag raising yesterday, so I'll make sure I got it today. Yesterday it was down 1 minute, and the next minute it's like, holy crap, they already raised it already and I didn't even hear it. So, but I realized I missed these three real quick, so I wanted to make sure I got them. Wow, this is a long way from home. Owner Herbert Stalzinger, maybe, from Austria. Only one built. Seems like I remember seeing a story about these somewhere. I think it's the same deal with this one. Yep, this one came from Austria as well. Both experimentals. If I remember right, the merger ended up killing these. I wish there was more of a storyboard here with them, because I remember seeing a story about them. And I think I remember actually seeing some literature for them, but I don't remember the exact story behind them. IH-1086 serial number 1, built 4/9/76. So obviously this is the first production, not an experimental, but either way that makes her important. So anyway, Deere stuff pretty quick and then head out to the field. And then tomorrow all I've got to worry about as far as static displays is both sides of the runway, and I think I will have covered it pretty good for you guys. Industrial, one of 175 if you're into them low production number things. Nope, thought that was a dealer sticker. I'm trying to get as many dealer stickers as I can, because you never know who might recognize it with the, well, I don't know. These longer videos don't tend to get the views that the short ones do, but you never know, somebody might catch them and recognize the dealer and say, yeah, we used to buy stuff there when I was a kid, or yeah, I bought my first tractor there when I started farming, or whatever. This thing has been here every year that I've been here, and it always amazes me. Could you imagine trying to run this thing in the mud? That would be atrocious. And you got the carrier wheels to handle the weight, the wheels of the tractor, the narrow front, the weight of the picker. You only ran that thing if the ground was firm. Really nice 68 auger wagon. That's a beautiful restoration on that. I've never seen one with a step before, but that's neat. John Deere 2320 Swather, 1980 model. So it's got that Duke Goofy. Nope, just a single. I know. Actually, I don't think it was only Deere. I think several Swathers had that Goofy twin sickle that oscillated against each other, so they could cut faster. Oh, here's your high-speed planting setup. You got your field cultivator, you got a heavy drawbar that goes up underneath the tractor to keep the field cultivator separate from the planter. The drawbar weaves its way up through the cultivator shovels. So if you can see your drawbar frame there, and then that's what these support rods are, so that you're pulling, you know, you're not pulling on one point off the tractor, and then you field cultivated and planted all in one pass. And there were a lot of companies that had, I know Oliver had a setup like this. There were several aftermarket companies. I know IH had a setup like this. I'm sure everybody had offered a setup like this there in the early to mid 60s. I gotta believe that made finishing off a field and planting your end rows and stuff a real pain. I bet when it came to that, you unhooked the planter, field cultivated your end rows, and then brought another tractor out with a straight drawbar and planted your end rows and stuff with a separate tractor. Because, I mean, I guess you could plant your end rows, you just have wide open corners because you couldn't do a whole lot. Oh yeah, I completely missed that chopper. We'll get back to it. The Deere stuff's kind of hard because I got this ring all the way around the outside and then the rows in the middle, so you got to do the ring all the way around the outside and then do the rows in the middle. I'm not to offend the Deere guys, but I think the John Deere area is spread out a little more. I still think there's more red ones here, at least in the static area. 4020 with an M&W pan. I didn't think you were supposed to paint those though. think that's an M&W pan. I don't think the 4020s had the cooling fins. Maybe not. I don't know. If there's another 4020 here, we can confirm. Which I guarantee you there's another 4020 here. There's 4020s everywhere. 4010. That guy's loading up, leaving already. That's that Moline we heard start earlier. I'm gonna try to get loaded up this evening. John Deere number 16 cotton stripper, used until 1972. Pick 10 acres a day. Nowadays they can probably pick 10 acres an hour. Oh, that's a little different way of doing it. It almost looks like a snapping roll on a corn picker. Number 22 low drum cotton picker, holds 1,200 pounds of cotton. Tractor and implement service, Zebulon, North Carolina. Diesel high crop. Kind of surprised I haven't seen the Argentine 730s here. Normally there's at least a couple. 435 diesel with a Jimmy. John Deere Lands Combine. It's a cute little bugger. Little 4-banger diesel. Okay, we'll get these 2 rows, we'll go get those lands, and we can jump on the other side of the tent. I think there's 2 or 3 rows over there, and we'll be done with the static display for the day. $4,000, same as a 4020, and yeah, it does not have a Okay, no, it's not the same as a 40. It's a 40. It's a stripped down 4020 with a lighter rear end. But yeah, it does not have the finned oil pan. So that was definitely an M. Wow, that's a lot of rubber on a D. That thing looks sharp.
One of the biggest problems we had, we went down the
Sold new by Melton Bros John Deere in Arkansas, Jonesboro, Arkansas. Duals were added by the dealer. Sold in the early 2000s at the family estate sale.
It's a good thing we left our 16-year-old at home to do all the orders for me, otherwise I really would have.
Sold to a family in Tennessee.
So now, yeah, nobody's come up with any real money. Like I said, the real ones are out there. We just keep putting parts in.
That's cool.
Say there's the one over there.
Okay, get this little row here. '54 Lands All Dog A1215. 1-cylinder, 2-stroke diesel. You got your dump box, you got your go-to-town buddy seat, you got your side mount sickle mower. It looks like it's kind of permanently mounted to the tractor. This one's a 52, 1205. Definitely different. Painted industrial yellow and used to move tractors around at the Waterloo plant. One of 46 non-turboed 60/30s. This is the last one of the 46 built, and the rest were exported. I mean, don't get me wrong, 60/30s are cool, but I just think they're blown way out of proportion of what they are, but that's just my opinion.
Yep. He does. Well, it originally had a cast.
New Orleans Mardi Gras tractor. That's interesting.
International Wind. Oh, okay. I thought you had a. Yeah, I thought I got
a neat little seed drill. That's cool. Okay, let's buzz through the rest of this stuff real quick and then skedaddle. Get this chopper real quick. I actually know where there's one of these sitting. It might not be this model because I think the one that I know of has a yellow head on it, but maybe they made this in later years and it had a yellow head. But this one in particular is a John Deere Model 12. Really straight old 4520. She's a survivor. Another little 68 auger wagon. This one's only on 15s. Never seen one with multiple. That must have been for helping to mix feed rations. You could have 3 hoppers and change your mixture on the fly. That's kind of neat. Okay, hang with me guys, we're almost there. 8430 on floaters. Oh, that's interesting. What's going on here? It's like an A and a 60 standard had a stepchild. Huh. No paper with it. Okay, last row. It's a good thing too, because I'm down to 15% camera battery. Alrighty, off to the fields. Okay, one more thing, just because it rolled up real quick. I don't know if he's actually baling with, I'm assuming he's actually baling with this. I don't know where the bales would have come from otherwise, but John Deere 224 with a stock chopper pickup. for baling stockage.
He's got something unique.
A little bit.
The other guy came to show to see beside you.
Okay, they're getting the pickers lined up. I'm gonna try to get you. I'm gonna try to hang out in this corner a little bit today and try to get some of the horse work, get some picker work, maybe hopefully get some of the smaller tractors plowing, and get some shelling, and hopefully still have time to go do some feed. Actually, I'd like to get Shelly in the seat and get her some seat time today. It would be ideal. So we'll see what we can see. Must have a left-hand picker coming in since they skipped a row. I missed a few. I got talking to somebody again. But we got most of them coming. They've got that goofy Deere picker. I think that thing's actually too wide to pick 2 of these rows at a time, if I remember right. Oh, nope, I lied. That's a different one. That's a 1-row version of it. Interesting. What are the odds that there's 2 of those pickers still in existence? This is an interesting outfit coming up, not just because of the British Leyland tractor pulling it, but he's pulling a case picker shredder. It picks the ears off and then shreds the everything else, shreds the fodder. Normally there would be a wagon or something running alongside to catch him, or to catch it. Obviously he's just blowing it off on the ground because they have no need for it, but that is how it would work originally, is you'd pick the ears off, save the ears, and then I guess depending on how green you picked it, you would either feed it for silage or use it for bedding the rest of the husklage. Cuts the whole stalk off just like a silage chopper. If I see him parked later, I'll try to walk around that thing a little bit so you can see it better. The case guys ought to know what it is though, because there's some literature out there about those things. Kind of hard for these wide row pickers to do these rows because I think these are technically 30s. I think they plant these rows on 36s, where most of this equipment was designed for 38 and 40-inch rows. So you start getting that narrow, it makes a big difference. Like a semi-mounted picker on an unstyled B. I think it might have been through the line already. I think that 12-0 was one of the first ones to go through. like this number 3. This thing is straight. Somebody took care of that old girl. About these Ford pickers, but they seem to survive really well. You see a lot of those in really nice shape. it all the way back around because we saw that deer before, so we'll mosey out and see what else we can find. In all the years I've been coming here, somehow I've still managed never to see this guy check row planting, and I've never watched the horses plowing. Which, is he plowing or? Yeah, he's plowing. There is something to be said for watching a good team of horses. And he gets to the end, and they just automatically know what to do. Which, I'm not a horse plowman, but if I remember right, they train that team where one horse is the leader, and the other ones just follow the directions of that horse. Yeah, because if you look, he's only got reins going to the middle one. So he gives the middle one direction, and then the other two follow the direction of the middle one. We'll come back to these guys. I'm going to catch this guy checking the plan. If you watched it when he got to the end, how it automatically kicked the wire off. You need to get out of their way.
Again, if they look like that over there, 4 seeds is what you aim for. That's what you're aiming for.
That's your check wire. Then you feed it into the trip meter on the planter. Knots goes through that little lever trips, and it drops seed on a hill. And that one lever runs the entire planter all the way across. Trips the wire off and turn around and reset. And then when it's all said and done, you end up with a field of corn that looks like this. That way you can cultivate it this way, you can cultivate it that way. And I've had guys say that if you were good enough with laying out your checks, you could even cultivate it on a diagonal, which the way this is laid out, I believe you could. and it drops multiple seeds, so if you see, you're getting like 3 or 4 plants per hill. So, okay, let's go back over and check on the hay burners. Maybe I was wrong, because this guy, you see one set of reins, but then they go out and they branch out to all 3, so maybe I wasn't right. But I thought when you had a multiple horse hitch, you had one that was the leader. I had to diss this for him yesterday. Told me to come over and disc it, and the horses were over there cultivating that corn, and I'm like, man, that tea's loud and I don't want to spook them horses, so every time I made a turn I idle it down to try to quiet her down. I gotta believe they're used to the noise by now, but still, last thing you want to do is spook a horse with all these people around, because A, they're gonna hurt themselves, and B, they can hurt other people. And I've seen horses hurt themselves before, and it's not something you want to see. Probably about tired of going in circles in the same field now. That's a pretty pair. I like farming with older stuff, but I think I'd have to draw the line of going back and farming with horses. Although I must say, I would like to learn to ride, mostly because if I ever get cattle, after trying to work my boss's horses with 4-wheelers versus watching people after trying to work cattle with a 4-wheeler versus watching people work cattle with a horse, yeah, you got to feed it more than a 4-wheeler, but I think horses are the way to go for working cattle. Plus, I think it'd just be cool to know how to ride. That's one of them skills that may come in handy one day. This triple hitch come back around and go see what else there is to see. And we'll watch that tandem come around. We haven't seen her yet. Okay, so I asked the guy and I was kind of right. Kinda. The one in the furrow is always considered the lead horse because it's trained to go to the furrow every time. So I was kind of right. There is one that is a leader. Well, I might have to come back in a little bit. I think I missed all the shellers running. Now this guy's gonna dump some. Oh no, they're running. Not all of them, but some of them are running. These guys get organized real quick. Apparently the old Z is having trouble staying cool, judging by the fan that's tucked to the front of it. Oh, I wish this thing was running. That's one way to do shade. Maybe we'll fire that one up here in a minute. Looks like they had to get their hopper empty. If I remember right, I missed a lot of this stuff running last year. Here they got a mobile crib set up so they can simulate the whole spiel. Same deal over there. Fill your crib up. Obviously back in the day when they were still doing ear corn, they didn't have dryers. That's why the crib had slats in it. And it would just naturally air dry, which obviously took a lot longer, but you could get away with it because cobs don't pack. And then when it came time to shell, you just start pulling slats out and feed it in. Kind of a neat way to set a crib up, Bo. Just set it on an old planter trailer. Survivor, holy cow. Now these guys get out of the way. goes into the elevator or into the crib, and it's part of the crib. That way you don't got to rake as much. This might be something interesting to see. Oh, nope, never mind. They already loaded him out. Dang it. Or nope, they might finish. Nope, they're going to finish loading him. I've always seen this thing down here. I've never seen it work. It's a wheel power takeoff. Running this one now. I see they're running the truck sheller now. they got all this ground plowed and there's not too many people out here, so I figured this is a good spot to just let Shelly come out and do whatever she wants to do. She needs some seat time. It's probably a good spot to do it. Nice open flat. We'll work on turning brakes later. One step at a time. She's already got a lot going on. She definitely ain't scared of it though, which is a good thing. This is the first time you've been up here?
Oh, no, this is not good to be up Lost County. I got my son-in-law, both sons, a friend of mine, and my red-headed stick.
Got a whole gaggle up here then.
Yeah, right after that.
Don't run into the tractors parked down on the end and we'll be good. Trade. I got me a white 4210 and Jake decided he wanted to run the T, so I get to play with a four-wheel drive a little bit. Jake, in case anybody's wondering if he's still alive. I think he likes it. Actually, I know he likes it. I'm surprised he doesn't have one bought by now. I let him run that thing 4 years ago, and he fell in love with it then. Must be getting ready for the big move tomorrow. They're popping the duals off of them. Not too many places you're gonna get to go to see one of them running. Get video of this little girl while she's sitting here running because it sounds as impressive as it looks. This thing just screams, I want to go. I bet that'd be a fun tractor to disc with. Couldn't plow with it because the wheels are too wide, but man, I bet it'd be fun to disc and field cultivate with. Well, Saturday is done and gone. We're all loaded. Well, not all loaded up. We still got to get the garden tractor and the car down there, but I wanted to get this done tonight because this is the stuff we needed to telehandler for. And as much as I'd like to play a little bit more on Sunday, it's just so much easier before the mass exodus Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, when there's nobody or a lot fewer people getting loaded out. It's just easier to do it Saturday night, and then Sunday all I got to worry about is seeing some of the last field demonstrations, which I still need to get some plowing. I still haven't got any plowing, and I think I missed all the cutting soybeans. I tried to get some video of that this morning, but they weren't cutting for some reason. So, but anyway, with that being said, we'll catch you guys tomorrow and finish up for Sunday. Just one more real quick tidbit from the evening, because we rolled back up to the campsite, and this is sitting on a trailer next to us, one that I certainly don't get to see every day. I was kind of hoping the guy might be around, but I don't see anybody around at the camper, so I'm not gonna get any closer than the ground. But that's a right pretty tractor.